Well, hello. Oh, we got the wrong person there. Let's fix that. Alyssa, we're looking at you a little early. We'll talk to Alyssa in just a little bit. It's good to see you guys this week. We're excited for week 2 of E Squared. Steve, how are things in the Yakabaski home?
Man, they are still going. It's going very well. No complaints again. Playing a lot with Cora, having a lot of fun. Haven't really done anything too fun and exciting, but it's just been good. It's been good to have some good quality time. How about you, Lanier? What's going on in your life?
We're good, man. Just chasing Eli around and having tons of fun. We've been grateful for some of the warmer, sunny days when we can be outside and play with water and
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
yeah,
The days that we have to be inside get a little intense, but that's all right. We're making it. I'm sure everybody's feeling the same way. Um,
yeah.
so without further delay, I gave away one of our guests already. Let's say hello to Alyssa and to Ryder. Whoops. All the cameras go thing to do when we're not in quarantine.
Um, I'm Ryder. I'm in sixth grade, and my favorite thing to do is play baseball.
Sweet, love it. Who's your favorite baseball
Okay.
player? Do you have one?
No.
Okay, well that's okay. My favorite baseball player is Ryder, so there we go.
Mine's Michael
Um,
Jordan.
okay, Alyssa, tell us a little bit about you. What grade are you in? Where do you go to school? And what's your favorite thing to do when you're not quarantined?
Hmm.
Oh, Alyssa, you might be muted still. Do we have Alyssa?
Ayo.
Um,
There we go.
I'm in seventh grade and I go to Salem Middle and in my free time I like to draw.
Okay, perfect.
Mm,
Love it. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite
yeah.
thing to draw, like landscapes or people or?
I like drawing not real creatures.
Okay, love it.
Yes.
Yes. Like the abominable Yakabaski monster.
Exactly. It's very
Cool.
heavy.
Well, we have a game to play this week. So, Ryder and Alyssa, you don't know what we're playing. You've been given no hints here. Now's the first you're hearing of this game. So, I need you to stand up and get ready because things are going to get intense quickly here. The name of the game is I need you to bring me whatever item I tell you. And I need you to show it to the camera. The first one to show the camera, close enough that we can recognize it, is going to get the point. So we've got several items. Are we ready for item 1?
Yeah.
All right. The first item I need from you is a key. A key to anything. Just go find a key.
Go find a key.
Oh, the hunt is on. If you're playing at home, let's
Wait,
hear in the comments who you think's going to win. Who's going to take the dub?
I guess.
Okay, I see a lanyard, and I'm sure there's a key on it. Oh, there we go. I see a key. All right. Alyssa takes point number 1.
Ooh.
Well done, Alyssa. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there she went. Ryder, you might want to pull the headphones out. We can deal with some background noise just so you can hear me when you're not standing right there. Okay, Alyssa, Ryder, you ready for item number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, item number 2 is I need a left-footed shoe. Left-footed
Ooh.
shoe.
Not the right, but the left.
I think we just saw Ryder take out a chair. That's okay. That's okay. He's all right.
Hey, you do what you got to do to get the dub. Am I right?
Let's hear in the comments. Who do you guys think is going to win this one? Oh, show us, Ryder.
Yep.
Yeah, I see it. Ryder's got the
Yep.
left-footed shoe.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty swaggy Adidas shoe there. I like it. The kick game
Is that Mason's?
strong.
Ryder, is that Mason's shoe?
Yeah.
Yep, I thought so.
Alyssa, he beat you to it on this one, so we are tied 1-1. All right, item number 3 that I need. Oh, Alyssa, do we still have you?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, ready? Item number 3 is cereal. I need some cereal.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I hope the houses survive this game.
Right. And I hope they bring back Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, I
Definitely
hope-
my favorite cereal.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh! Oh!
wow.
You're the judge. Leader.
I gotta call that a point for everybody. That was like the same instant.
All
Um,
right.
all right. If you're watching at home, let us know if you want to slow mo that later. Who actually won? But for now, we're gonna share that point because that was like dead
Yeah.
on. By the way, Ryder, I saw Marshmallow Mateys for you. Alyssa, what did you have?
Red berries, Special K.
Oh, that's Anna's favorite. That's her go-to. Yeah, that's a good
We
one.
live in a condo, but it's still there's a lot of stuff in the way for me to run past.
Yeah. The stuff's gonna have to just wait till later because Alyssa's on a mission. Okay.
Yeah, she is. Nope.
Next up, I need shampoo.
I feel like there will be some Tresemme involved in this.
Oh, I'm hoping for some Pantene. That's the good stuff.
Ooh, and that fancy stuff.
Oh, Alyssa with the win. I can't tell what brand. Oh, and
Oh,
Wow, alpaca.
Ryder has a visitor. Okay, that's Aussie. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryder, she
Ooh.
got you on that one. It was close, but she got you. So that is 3 for Alyssa, 2 for Ryder. Okay, next up, I need some salt.
Wait, what'd you say?
Salt.
Salt. Man, but we did have an alpaca sighting. That was real good.
I'd love to know which Randolph sibling.
Ooh.
Oh, that was quick. That was quick. Ryder gets the point on that one. Alyssa, sorry, he just barely got you. All right, that's back to 3-3. I've got 2 more items, so we're coming down to the wire here. Okay, ready? Here we go. I need a loofah.
Yes.
I need a loofah.
Ryder. That was good.
I think Ryder had to figure out what a loofah was for a second, but that's okay.
Teddy Bear.
There's our hello, Teddy Bear. Hi.
What's up, Mr. Bear?
Oh, Alyssa, do we have? Oh, Alyssa's got a. Oh, Ryder, she got you by like a second.
Alyssa with the loofah.
All right, that gives Alyssa the lead, 4-3. Ryder, we need a clutch comeback here, and unfortunately, this one's going to come a lot down to what room you're in and where it's closest to. But here we go. For the final item, I need a family photo. I can feel the tension. I can feel it.
Right? Oh, man. Where's somebody?
Oh, and there it is. Alyssa, he got you by a second on this one.
oh.
He got you by a second. That means it's a tie, and I don't think we can end this week in a tie. I think we need to break the tie here. So, all right, the final item that I need you to bring me is a hat. I need a hat.
Ooh, I got one.
Steven won.
Steven wins this week.
Steven wins that one. Oh, Ryder takes it. Alyssa, I'm sorry. He got you by a split second. Congratulations, Ryder. Ryder and Alyssa, you were excellent contestants. Thanks so much for joining us this week. We will see you guys soon.
Good job, guys.
Okay. We've got Paige Randolph in the comments saying Ryder's probably never used a loofah. So that might have been a little bit unfair. That's probably fair. But hey, he did it. He nailed it.
Yeah, he still came with a W.
Okay, so now it's time for what I've heard is a beloved segment. Let's take a break for Eli's word of the week. Windows?
Meadows. Yeah, it's got up.
That was indeed Eli saying Windows and then congratulating himself on saying Windows. That's my current favorite word, he says. Nudos is perfect. So thanks to Eli for the word of the week. We'll be sure to keep that one coming back. Okay, our next segment, gosh, I had so much fun with this one this week, is our Blast from the Past. This week, I got a chance to sit down and talk for a few minutes with Abby Dixon. So let's hear it for our Blast from the Past, Abby. Well, our special guest this week is Abby Dixon. Abby, hello. We miss you so much.
Hello. I miss y'all so much.
How's quarantine life been? You hanging in there so far?
Yeah, I'm hanging in here. I'm trying to find new creative hobbies, as they say, but it's really just become a bad sleep schedule. So, you know, these things happen.
Yeah, that can tend to happen. How's the rest of the family? Everybody doing okay?
They're doing good. Yeah, also messed up sleep schedules, but it's okay. Will has been video gaming like no other. So yeah, we put the trampoline in the backyard, so that's been exciting. So we'll see. The dog knows so many tricks now. It's like very impressive. She cleans up her own toys.
Wow, yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
is
we've had,
impressive.
yeah.
So, fill us in a little bit. You've got some exciting kind of updates on what's next in life for you.
Mhm.
So what's the next chapter of life looking like for you?
So this fall, I'm going to Belmont University to major in songwriting, which is super, super exciting. That's in Nashville. And it's just a really specialized music like songwriting program that's immersive. So like fresh year, like record labels and stuff like that. Like just with people who like all the professors have gotten like major in music industry awards and stuff. So they've all had like experience in the industry and they're like teaching us what to do and there's like mentorship programs and internships and so it's going to be really exciting. I'm finally going to Nashville. So music it is.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, remember us little folks at TCC when you're famous.
We'll see. I don't know if famous is going to be it, but I'd like to write for famous people.
No, there you go. There you go.
So
That's its
we'll
own
see.
kind of fame.
True.
Well, okay, so I have some questions that are really going to get to know what's going on with Abby. So, first, if you could only listen to one genre of music for the rest of your life, what would it be? So not one artist. We'll go a little wider than that, but one genre. What would it be?
That's like brutal. Um, ooh, I like the first thing I thought was like R&B, which is like a little interesting, but I think I couldn't live without that like chill. Like I drive listening to that kind of stuff. So I don't think I could pass that up. I could pass up country, I think fine. So we'll see.
Don't say that when you're in Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I love it. But yeah, probably like R&B or something a little more on the soulful side, I guess.
Nice. All right, that's a surprising answer. I like it.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? So you'd be what, 27, 28?
Yeah, I'll be 28,
Yeah.
like almost 28, I guess. Um, Man, I would like to still be in Nashville. I plan to stay there for a while, best I can, because I love Nashville. I like to be writing music. I think it would be really cool to be like a producer and have like my own little like production. Like, I don't want to say like I want to start a company, but like maybe be a big part of a company. So I think it'd be really cool to like recruit people to sing and write music for me. So I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then last question, and we'll let you go because we know that you're busy doing nothing during
Yeah,
quarantine.
it's hard work, but you do what you got to do.
So, what are some of your favorite memories? Like when you think back to your time at TCC, what are some of the things that you think most fondly of?
Also a hard question. I think it's hard to be a TCC student and not say merge, because merges like are always so fun. Um, Probably, definitely merge. Yeah. I liked when we were the host home and I had 10 billion people in my house. Um, that and I mean, I just miss leading worship and like being a part of that and like getting to do that every week was super fun. I'm a nostalgic person, so I will like listen to the recordings and stuff of that a lot because I really miss that. Um, yeah, maybe some winter retreats. I just have so many. I feel like I okay, yeah. Winter retreats were fun with the like what was it? There's some kind of obstacle course in the air or something.
Oh yeah,
That
that
was
the
fun.
high ropes course. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being like frozen on it and Steven yelling at me to jump and I was like, I can't jump. And he was like, you have to jump. And I was like, so I fell. It's fine. But I'm alive today. So
I think
it
we
worked
all
out.
did a little bit. I think
Yeah.
who was it? I think Annie Goff used like her magic gymnast skills to like power through like a pro,
Yeah.
but the rest of us,
The rest of us struggled.
yeah, we were on the struggle bus a little bit. But hey, that's okay. That's part of the fun.
Yeah. I don't have balance on the ground, much less on a rope in the air.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that one. Well, Abby, thanks so much. We miss you. Tell the rest of the family, tell Landry we said hey, and yeah, we look
No.
forward to seeing you sometime once we can see people again.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Alrighty, take care. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Well, it only seems right that if we're going to have Abby on the show, that we should have Abby share a song with us. So she was kind enough to take some time and do that. She's sharing a song with us called "Jesus, We Love You." So let's take a moment and just have some time to reflect with Abby as she shares the song with us.
Old things have passed away, but your love has stayed the same. Your constant grace remains the cornerstone. Things that
Well, thanks so much to Abby. Y'all, if you get a chance, reach out to her this week. Let her know how much you appreciated that and seeing her again. And again, in the comments, we'd love to hear from you. Who do you want to hear from next week on Blast from the Past? We've got some ideas, but we'd love to hear who you want to see as well. Next up is back by popular demand. It's time for Just My Luck with Lauren.
Hey guys, this week I'm gonna start off the story in this view. I know it's weird for you. Trust me, it's even weirder for me. There's a reason why though. Last night I had a just my luck moment because I'm Lauren and I have those moments all the time, like I've said 1,000 times before. Well, I was on Snapchat, laying down, arm fully extended, for that selfie, and then my phone hit my face and now I have a fat lip. I feel like Kylie Jenner before she got half of her, or like her lip injections taken out, but just right here, it's like all nice and nasty. There's like a cut and bruise and it's like all, it's Gucci. Not really, it's my phone on my face. But since that was really short, I wanted to also tell you guys another short little embarrassing story when I was little. One time I was on my way to soccer practice when I was little. I played for 12 years. And I was probably in 3rd grade, I want to say. I was in like 3rd grade at the time. And, I was wearing my baggy soccer shorts like everybody else my age wore back then. And there's like the little link fences with the chains and the little taps that were like that on the top. It was really short and I was like, oh, instead of taking the 10 seconds it would take to walk around it, literally like 5 or 10 seconds it would take to walk around it, I decided I was going to be a cool kid and climb over. While climbing over, my mom warned me and said that I could rip my pants. And I was like, Mom, I'm not going to rip my pants. I ripped my pants on the way down and I had to play the whole soccer practice with ripped pants. That's my luck with Lauren.
Oh, Lauren, we love you so much. The situations you get yourself into just never cease to amaze me. Next up, it's time for Jesus Changed My Life. We got a special guest this week, Sarah Striner. We would love for you to share your story of how Jesus changed your life. So reach out to us, and we'd love to put you in there. But this week, let's join Sarah for her story.
Hey everyone, it's Sarah and I'm going to be talking about how Jesus has impacted my life this week. I grew up in a really Christian household with a family who's super involved in the church. So ever since a young age, Jesus has been a big part of my life. I went to Cubbies and Sparks in Sunday school and I remember praying the prayer. Even in 1st grade, I chose to put my faith in Jesus and got baptized then. But I don't think I fully understood who Jesus is and that he wanted a relationship with me and how much he loves me until like the past few years. I know every day he's making me more like him and I'm becoming more loving and patient and kind. And I have this hope and this peace knowing that the creator of the universe knows me and wants to have a relationship with me and he loves me. So I wanted to close today with my favorite verse, which is Esther 4:14, that says, "Perhaps you were created for such a time as this." I know that God's going to do big things in my life and I know he will in yours too.
Well, Sarah, thanks for sharing your story with us. Again, we'd love to hear from more of you. If you've got a story of how Jesus has changed your life, please let us know, and we would love to stick you in there for a future broadcast. So with that, we're going to turn our attention to the Bible Project. And this week, the video is on sacrifice and atonement. It's a difficult subject, and it's one that we don't talk about a ton, so I'm really excited to share this video with you. And then on the other side, we're going to talk with a couple of our high school students about kind of their thoughts and maybe how we can apply some of the ideas in this video.
We all long for the world to be good, for people to live in peace, act with love and justice. But there's a problem. Something compels us humans to constantly wreak havoc and destruction instead, and we call this evil.
And from the Bible's point of view, evil ruins things in at least two ways. There's a direct effect of our evil, like when someone steals from another person, they've created injustice.
Yeah, therefore, they owe something to make it right.
But there's another indirect effect of evil, because they've also ruined the environment of the relationship, creating a lack of trust, there's emotional damage. It's like vandalism, and they need to make that right too.
Now, many people believe, hey, God is good. He should be the one to just get rid of all the evil in the world.
But let's be honest. I mean, the evil that I see everywhere out there, it's the same evil that's inside of me. We have all contributed, and we keep doing it.
And so this kind of puts us in a bind. If God's going to rid the world of evil, he'll have to get rid of us.
And this is what's so remarkable about the story of the Bible. This God is so good that not only is he going to rid the world of evil, he's going to do it without destroying humanity.
So how is he going to do that?
Well, early in the story of the Bible, we're introduced to this practice of animal sacrifice, which I know, it seems weird to us, but for the Israelites, it was a very powerful symbol of God's justice and of his grace. So remember, I'm a contributor to the evil that's in the world. I should be removed. But God is allowing this animal's life to be a substitute. It's symbolically dying in my place. And the biblical word for this is atonement, which means to cover over someone's debt. But there's a second part to this ritual. Remember, evil also causes this relational vandalism. And in the Bible, this idea is described as polluting or defiling the land and making it unclean. So the priest would symbolically wash away the vandalism by sprinkling the animal's blood in different parts of the temple.
So the animal's blood is cleaning things?
Well, remember, this is a symbol, and it's a symbol that we're not used to. The blood represents life. And the sprinkling of the blood is this representation of how God is cleaning away these indirect consequences of evil in their community. In the Bible, this process is called purification. And so the temple and the land now become a clean space where God and his people can live together in peace.
So this ritual makes things right between Israel and God.
And more than that, the Israelites experience God's love and his grace through these symbols. And by being forgiven, ideally, this would compel them to become people of love and grace too.
Right, that's the ideal, but it wasn't always happening.
Right. So the prophet Isaiah, for example, he talks a lot about this. He opens his book by saying that the continual sacrifices of the Israelites had become meaningless because they were also allowing great evil in their midst, ignoring the poor and the oppressed. Even the Israelite kings were distorting justice. But Isaiah looked forward to a day when a new king from the line of David would come and deal with evil, but in a surprising way. The king would become a servant. And not just serve, but also suffer and die for the evil committed by his own people. And his life would be offered as a sacrifice.
And this is the promise Jesus believed he was fulfilling. He's the King of Israel, suffering and dying on the cross.
In fact, Jesus himself used Isaiah's words when he said that he came to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. And that word ransom refers to his sacrifice of atonement. And so all over the New Testament, we hear about how Jesus' death was an atoning sacrifice for us. It covered the debt that humans owe God for contributing to all of the evil and death in his world. But the New Testament authors also talk about Jesus' death as providing purification. And so we hear about Jesus' blood as a symbol of his life, having this ability to wash away the vandalism that evil has caused in us and around us, so we can now live at peace with God.
So that's the meaning behind Jesus' death. But there's more to the story.
Yeah, the New Testament makes this powerful claim that Jesus' death was not final. He rose from the dead. And so he's the sacrifice who broke the power of death and evil, which means that he lives on to offer his life to anyone who will accept it. He is the perfect sacrifice to which all the previous sacrifices were pointing all along.
So because of Jesus, the early Christians stopped participating in the ritual of animal sacrifice.
But they were given new rituals. There are two that Jesus taught his followers to perform. The first is called baptism. Just as Jesus died, so going into the water becomes this personal connection you now have to his death. And in coming out of the water, you, so to speak, come back to life with Jesus. So baptism is the sacred ritual that joins your story to Jesus' death and his resurrection. The second ritual is called the Lord's Supper, which is a reenactment of Jesus' last meal with his disciples, and he used bread and wine to portray his coming death as a sacrifice. And so now, followers of Jesus, they take the bread and the cup regularly to remember and to participate in the power of Jesus' death and in his life.
So these rituals, they remind us of God's love and encourage us to live a life of love and grace.
But they do more than that. They connect us to a new life source. The very power that brought Jesus back from the dead is the same power that can deal with the evil in our own lives and transform us into people who lead lives of love and peace.
All right. Well, as we get ready to discuss that, as you can see here, we've got some friends with us. We've got Sophia and Will. Hi, Sophia and Will.
Hi.
What's up? What's up?
Sophia, can you introduce yourself real quick for anybody that doesn't know you? Where do you go to school?
Yeah.
What grade are you in? And what's your favorite thing to do when we're not quarantined?
Okay. I'm Sophia. I'm in 11th grade, and I go to Grace Christian. And my favorite thing to do is probably swim.
Love it. What's your favorite event?
I like backstroke.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah. Me trying to do backstroke is called linear drowning in a pool. So I don't do so much. More of a doggy paddler.
Nice.
Will, tell us, where do you go to school? What grade are you in? And what's your favorite thing to do when we're not in quarantine?
All right. So I'm homeschooled. I'm in the 10th grade, and my favorite thing to do when I'm not quarantined is hanging with the boys.
There it is,
Oh
folks.
boy. Got it on the
Sure.
poster behind him and everything.
Yeah, Saturdays for the boys, man.
So we're going to talk about a couple little things from that video. We're not going to spend too much time because we want to kind of wrap up. But the Old Testament sacrifice system was pretty heavy. It was pretty tough. And in today's world, like it seems really foreign and really crazy. So how do you guys think that we can still see God's love and grace through a system that to us seems pretty heavy and pretty dark? Sophia, you want to take a shot at that one first?
Sure. So, when they had that whole system, it was before like Jesus died on the cross for their sins. So they had to do something to temporarily like purify them in a way. So, doing this was kind of like a symbol of like a flawless lamb, like killing it for their sins so they can temporarily like communicate to God before Jesus went to the earth and did it himself.
Yeah, for sure. Will, anything you want to add to that one?
No, I think she basically covered it, just kind of purifying yourself to get closer to God.
Yeah, it's certainly not a pretty thing, and it wouldn't have been pretty in that culture to have that be a part of your day. And so I think that takes us to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is some verses in Hebrews. And starting in Hebrews 10, verse 11, it says, "Under the old covenant, the priest stands and ministers before the altar day after day, offering the same sacrifices again and again, which can never truly take away sins. But our high priest, being Jesus, offered himself to God as a single sacrifice for sins, good for all time. Then he sat down in the place of honor at God's right hand." And it goes on in verse 14, it says, "For by that one offering he forever made perfect those who are being made holy." And so when we think back to people having to do this day after day after day, it's such a different reality from the one that we live in, where Jesus did it once and for all. So why was Jesus a better sacrifice than than the Old Testament sacrifices? Will, you want to take a shot at this one first this time?
Yeah, sure. I think he was a better sacrifice because he was the Son of God and he was completely perfect, and he was chosen to be the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, yeah, you nailed it. And I mean, the lambs were like symbolically perfect, right? Like you had to choose one that didn't have broken
Yeah.
bones and one that was like your best lamb. But lambs aren't really like morally perfect. Like they're not truly like without sin because they're lambs. They don't sin or not sin. They're just baaing around, I guess. But
Bad.
Jesus actually lived in perfect obedience his whole life. Like Jesus really was perfect. Sophia, anything you want to add to that one?
Yeah, so he was a better sacrifice, probably just because he not only just temporarily like overcame sin, but he overcame it for eternal, so that we do not have to like keep on making those sacrifices.
Yeah, absolutely right, and that's huge. It was once and for all. It's not a repetitive thing. So, the last thing I want to talk about is something they touched on at the end of the video, and that's I think in our heads we think that rituals are like old and outdated, and we don't really do rituals anymore. But when we think about it, that's really what baptism and communion are. Whoever wants to take a shot at this one first, what's the significance of baptism and communion to you? Like, why are they meaningful things to do in your life?
Well, I think baptism is kind of showing that you're letting the Holy Spirit take control of your life and come into your heart.
Yeah, for sure. Like it said, you're going down in the water and you're coming up, just like Jesus came back from the dead, and you're allowing God's new life to kind of take over. Yeah, that's great. Sophia, anything you want to add about baptism or communion?
Yeah, so baptism and communion are kind of like symbols, like they don't save you. They're just reminders that like Jesus did save us. And he like the bread is broken, like he broke his body for us so that we can have a new life. And that's like kind of what baptism, like you're showing the world like I'm a new person. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And I think, we go to church and our main building is a gym, and like, we don't feel like we're in like this very formal church setting. And it's hard to kind of imagine ourselves like, in an old church or even in church at all. Like it just doesn't feel that way, which is intentional. Like it's part of why we did it that way. But communion to me helps me feel connected to like the historical church. It helps me feel like, oh, this is something that we've been doing for 2,000 years. Like I'm joining in with what followers of Jesus have been doing since Jesus came. And so what I love about it is just kind of the feeling of community and the feeling of just connectedness to the body of Christ that we get in it. My favorite part of it really is like typically I'm always on stage in one way or another for that. And it's just such a beautiful thing to either see people like out there receiving it on their own or in the big services, like people coming forward and taking it and just knowing like, this is all of us doing this together. Like this is the body of Christ kind of celebrating this thing together. So Sophia, Will, thank you guys so much for being here with us today. We love you and miss you. We hope to see you in person soon again as well. Yeah, thanks, y'all.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Bye.
So we left Sophia in and didn't put Steven in. Sophia, we're going to get rid of you now. I'm sorry. There's an extra Sophia, everybody. Well, Steve, any final thoughts this week before we let everybody go?
Yeah. What are the points of mosquitoes?
Well, that's a good question. What is the point of a mosquito?
I have no clue. So if you guys want to put it in the comments, I would love to hear all about it, please, because I have no clue, and they're just frustrating the mess out of me right now.
And I really can't think of a better way to end than with that cliffhanger. What is the point of a mosquito? We'd love to hear from you. We love you guys. We miss you so much. I've said it before, but I'm so reminded of when Paul writes to the churches and says that he can't wait to see them again. And, it's almost painful being away. And I get it. It's been painful to not be able to hang out with you guys for so long. But we look forward to the day when we can. We hope you're all doing well. If you have any needs, physical or spiritual, please reach out. We're still here for you as your church family. We love you. Absolutely. And we will see you next week at E Squared. Have a great rest of your week.
Bye, guys.